Hey, my friends. So, this call is for those newbies out there, those who have just started their career and maybe they've hit that first traumatic call and you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck just happened? How do I deal with this now? Because I've had lots and lots of people within my organization, within corrections, ask me and go, okay, man, we just had this big situation. How do I handle it now? So what I wanted to do is I want to just explain a little bit, and I created a little PDF for this, and I'll make sure that there's a link on here for that, because we start to begin to feel these different emotions after we face that big trauma call. But I want to remind you, as I say a lot, is that what you're feeling, it's very normal, right? You're not weak for feeling emotions. You're not weak for feeling, upset or frustrated or just overwhelmed by what you went through. Your heart may be racing. You might feel numb, right? Angry, shaky, even just strangely calm. You may joke in certain ways. I often find that humor within an organization, at least a first responder organization, people on the outside just wouldn't get the humor we have. Some would see it as disrespectful. Some would see it as just demeaning. But these are certain things that we have to do to keep ourselves on a level that's going to help us continue in a career that we love, right? These are very normal responses. They're very natural. And it's okay to feel the way you're feeling. But don't wait. Here's the big key, my friends. Don't wait to process it. Debriefing after a traumatic event or any event is a tool. It's not a burden. And you don't have to wait for that formal briefing. You don't have to wait, okay, I know that sometimes after we have major events, 2-3 days, even maybe a week or two, my organization will put on a debriefing. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to do a debrief about this event. And it's like, man, I've already broken down from this. But they're like, well, we have a ticky box, so they need to check that off to say that they've done it. But I wanted to give you a tool that you can use immediately after these events. Begin to debrief yourself and begin to work yourself towards that outcome that we really want. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes just to reflect. It takes a few minutes just to really feel and let things go, processing the facts and your feelings, and just this early help is going to prevent that emotional buildup, which in turn is what, post-traumatic stress disorder really is it's unsolved trauma that we build up, and it causes us to have these certain amount of emotions. But you have to decide this. You have to make a choice for yourself to reset, to say, okay, look, I'm at a point now in my career, or I've just had this major traumatic event. I'm going to choose to begin to take control of the things that I can and let go of the things that I can't. Because that's the important part of building your life and just redoing this. Grounding your nervous system, writing out your thoughts, create space between the event and your identity. And you're not the trauma. Oftentimes people think because they've been through something dramatic, that's who they are now. And that's not true at all, my friends. You are not your trauma. You are the responder who showed up to respond to that situation. So today I want to give you a quick exercise just to do for 5 minutes, opposed on top of this traumatic debrief workbook that I'm going to send out. So immediately after a difficult call or at the end of your shift, okay, ground yourself. Spend 1 minute and go, take 4 slow breaths, the tactical breathing I talk about. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your hands. Feel your legs. Say to yourself, I'm safe. I'm safe. I can feel this and recover. And then step 2 is we're going to write some reflection questions, right? What happened? What are the flags? What did I feel during the call? What did I feel after the call? What do I need to do right now to reset, physically or emotionally? Sometimes we just need to go for a run, hit a punching bag, go for a walk in nature and just reset ourselves just to make us feel again. And then the third step is just to choose one reset action, right? Go for that 5-minute walk, drink water and breathe, text or call a support person, and sit in silence for 3 minutes or whatever it is for you. So these are the things that you can begin to work on. again, I incorporated them within the traumatic call workbook that is, again, available for you. Just click the link in the description and get this and just use it anytime that you have a traumatic call, and it'll break it down where it makes sense to you. And then you can begin to process your emotions, process what happened, and move yourself forward into that life that you're going.